Why are billionaires obsessed with peptides? Why are multi-millionaires and high performers obsessed with peptides and this whole substance area? And why don't they trust supplements anymore? All of that in that video. Hey guys, my name is Just Visra, and today's video we talk about why billionaires are obsessed with peptides and with other substances. And I can tell you this, this video is only for, education only, no, I'm not a medical advisor, no research, all of that stuff, yada yada yada. It's just my personal experience. So, whatever is said here, it's just personal preference and you can do whatever you want. But I work with entrepreneurs and high performers on a daily basis, and it's actually my profession to, create stacks, to help them, to educate them according to peptides and this very, very promising field of health and, you know, high leverage in health. So modern day helped us with modern medicine is really, really into peptides. You might have seen some of the most promising ones like TB500, BPC157, MK677, ipamorelin, I don't know, what would you also, Osterin, RAD140, although these are, no, these are actually SAMs, tesamorelin, HGH, FRAC 176191, GRP 6, GRP 2. You might have seen all of these things, and immunotropics as well. So why are billionaires into it? Well, basically it is a very promising way, and billionaires always want to have cutting edge, and they want to have the high risk, high reward thing. And the cool thing about peptides is peptides are no steroids. So peptides are not, suppressing your androgen receptors. They are not suppressing your, testosterone production. They are just working on the thing that is used to. Think of a peptide. A peptide is actually something that is a compound, a small compound of some natural occurring thing, like a protein. That is a peptide. For example, you have now, that is just, broad explanation, but it's very easy. You have a steak, and the steak has amino acids. And all of these amino acids are used for your body to, produce muscles, to have proper brain function, muscle synthesis, normal bodily function, all of that stuff. But now, smart people, smart scientists, use actual only parts, only compounds that have that in its form do something with your body. So when you now not have the amino acid with 1 to 200, but you now cut out part, I don't know, 100 to 200, and you only have part 1 to 100, this part 1 to 100 does a different job than the whole thing. I hope that makes sense. So that is in general the whole explanation about peptides, what it is. So it is small compounds that occur in your body that are naturally available, but and some of them, like BPC 157, are actually natural produced in your body, like in your stomach. And yeah, these people take them and they use them and they test them, and then they showcase their effectiveness, and then they trial it, and then they have studies, and then it's available in the market. And in the US, some substances are available and some are not, but are available for research only. And a lot of entrepreneurs trust in your science and trust in people who have actually experience, and because they want to have the cutting edge. And to have the cutting edge, you need to try out things, and you need to test things that are not the ordinary stuff, not the omega-3, the vitamin D3, K2, the magnesium. They know all of that stuff. And why is it that everyone who uses it isn't successful? Well, because the real things that make successful are things like peptides, substances, and things that help you boost certain areas, not 10% like supplements. Don't boost some certain areas 100, 200, 300%. And that's the cool thing about peptide. And the coolest part is from today, peptides have no to low side effects in comparison to steroids. So they don't suppress, they work only selective on a certain area. For example, there is a peptide for sleep, there's a peptide for fat burning, there is a peptide for memory, there's a peptide, all of these peptides for recovery, all of these peptides have different areas and they only work there and they only promote the bodily function that would occur, automatically, but they boost it. For example, let's say you have to learn something, okay? And in order to learn, your body needs to produce some enzymes and some, things in your brain to, build the connection. And these things help and produce it. They are the miners. You have, you want to learn something, and in order to learn, you need to produce neurons. And you have the neurons, and the connection needs to be built. And it's built by something, right? By a enzyme, by a substance, by some sequence in your brain. And this sequence now, you use it as a in form of peptide, or you inject it, and that means that you not only have the one or two that is naturally in your body, you now have more. So that means you can make these connections faster, and that is in every area. For example, the DSIP, the deep sleep inducing peptide, helps you with deep sleep, and that only helps you with deep sleep, because it promotes the thing in your body that induces deep sleep. That is the great part about peptides, and that is actually why peptides are so great and can heal so many illnesses. Peptides can be explained like DNA. DNA has certain sequences, and certain sequence give certain outputs. So your DNA is unique, therefore you are unique. And when you cut out certain sequence in your DNA, you can, delete some genetic disorders, some genetic illnesses. There are some genetic illness like cancer, who now actually can potentially be cut out through actual knowledge what sequence is, the cause of this illness. And then now we have tools that help us to cut out these genes to do it. And we, with peptides, for example, we induce, or we give our body the puzzle, the things, the material to build things that we want. And it can be, used in every area. And that's what peptides is. It is, average entrepreneurs need to understand that this is real stuff, and that's great. And every high successful entrepreneur does it. Every successful entrepreneur uses it, because they are all obsessed with the things they do. They all work 14 hours a day. They all do this. But once they realize that there is a small thing that can boost them and, bring themselves ahead, when you are better than your competitor personally, your business will perform better, because you make better decisions, you have more time, you have more energy, more clarity, whatever. Therefore, they use peptides and other substances. And if you want to dive deep in this area, on my page, I'm working only one-on-one personalized with entrepreneurs. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, the short instruction, and I hope you are now more into peptides and, certain substances that are not supplements and morning routines and all of that stuff. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you. Bye.